study the various activities which are done by the people for the earning of their livelihoods. For the earnings of their livelihoods. Generally, in Indian economy, there are a diversified forms of activities performed by the people, and the study of such activities is not possible. That's why we categorize all these activities into the certain categories. Certain categories. For example, broadly, the sectors of Indian economy, they are classified into the three categories on the basis of nature, on the basis of nature, on the basis of nature, on the basis of nature. Their livelihoods is not an easy task. For their convenience, we generally has categorized all these activities under the certain categories. Certain categories. Clear? First category is on the basis of nature. On the basis of nature, there are three kinds of activities are there. Three activities are there. Primary activities. Primary activities. Second one are the secondary activities. Secondary sector, primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. And tertiary sector. And tertiary sector. Primary sector includes the agriculture, mining, agriculture. Primary sector, it includes, we will discuss about it in a later. Primary sector has includes the activities like as agriculture, mining, agriculture, mining, forestry. Forestry means plantations, forestry, mining, agriculture, and fishing. F-I-S-H-I-N-G. Clear? Manufacturing sector is an industrial sector. Manufacturing sector is an industrial sector. Clear? And the third one, tertiary sector. Tertiary sector having there two of their parts, which are associated with the services. Services. Basic services. Basic services. And second are the infrastructural services. Infrastructural services. So basic services includes as a health and education. Basic services includes the health and education. Basic services includes health and education. And infrastructural includes transport, communication. Infrastructural services, it includes the transport, communication, banking, insurance, marketing. Clear? So these are those activities which are classified on the basis of a nature. On the basis of nature. We will discuss about them in a detail. Clear? Now the next classification, second classification, classification based on ownership. Ownership means as a control, management. So on the basis of ownership, there are two kinds of activities are categorized. First are the public sector activities. Public sector activities and private sector activities. Private sector activities. private sector activities. Clear? Public sector activities and private sector activities. These are classified on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, public sector activities and private sector activities. Private sector activities. Now the third classification of sectors in Indian economy. These are based on working conditions. Working conditions. Working conditions. On the basis of working conditions. On the basis of the working conditions, there are two kinds of activities are there. Two sectors are there. Two sectors which are generally used on the basis of working conditions, organized and unorganized. Organized sector and unorganized sector. Unorganized sector. Organized sector and unorganized sector. It doesn't mean that if the organized is there, then it will be as a public sector. No. Organized sector includes of both kinds of activities, some which are organized by the government and some which are by the private individuals or a group of individuals. Clear? So this is our chapter of sectors of Indian economy. We will discuss about these three basic classifications of sectors of Indian economy. First, as on the basis of nature, which includes as primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, how they are interdependent, and what is the role of them in Indian economy. For example, in India, primary sector contributes in GDP around 20 to 30%, but job opportunities generated by the primary sector as a more than 60%. So these are the variations. We will discuss about it later. Second are the ownerships. On the basis of ownership, there are two kinds of sectors are there, two activities are there, public sector and private sector. Public sector and private sector. And on the basis of working conditions, there are two categories, organized and unorganized. Clear? Let's start from the first, on the basis of nature. On the basis of nature, we classify the activities on primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary, secondary, and tertiary. Till there, any doubts? Categories. In these categories. So sectors of Indian economy. Sectors of Indian economy, their study, their value, some value has included under the GDP of our country. GDP is a gross domestic product. Gross domestic product. Gross domestic product. I'm repeating again. GDP stands for the gross domestic product. It is the sum value of gross domestic product. It is the sum value of goods and services produced in primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors. In primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors. It is the sum value of goods produced in a primary, secondary, and tertiary. GDP is generally based upon a national income. National income. National income. And it also influenced the per capita income also. Per capita income. Per capita income is an average income which is earned by the every individual. Every individual. You are also a part of it because you are the assets of our country. Children are the assets of our country, which will be as a productive in future. Productive in future. They are in their processing stages. Attaining of education is the processing stages. Clear? After the completion of your plus 2, you will join as a professional degree colleges. Then after completion of a professional degrees, then you will opt as a different occupation. All those activities which generally as done by people for the earning of their livelihoods. For the earning of their livelihoods. Then you will also contribute in a national income and GDP of our country. GDP of our country. Clear? GDP of our country. You will contribute in a GDP of our country because you are the assets, property of nation. Property of nation. Okay, let's continue. Primary sector. First, on the basis of a nature, there is the first activity as a primary sector activities. Primary sector activities. Primary sector activities. Those activities which are directly linked with land and water resources. Land and water resources. Land and water resources are known as the primary sector activities. They are known as the primary sector activities. Primary sector activities. I'm repeating again. Primary sector activities are related to the land and water. Land and water resources. Primary activities, primary sector activities are linked with land and water resources. Here, these activities are known as the basic activities. These are known as the basic activities. Why? Because it produces the goods which provide base to economy. Base to economy. Other activities are based on a primary activities. Other activities are based on primary activities. For example, goods which are produced in an agriculture. For example, the raw cotton. Cotton produced in agriculture sector, it can't directly use. It needs as a processing. Transformation of a cotton into the cotton clothes. And cotton clothes are generally transformed into the industries, small scale or the large scale units of a cotton textile industries. Clear? So, industries are dependent on a primary sector activities. That's why it is known as the basic activities. Clear? Primary sector activities produce they produce only as a raw materials. Such raw materials which can't directly use. Wheat produced in primary sector, it can't use directly. It needs as a grinding. After grinding of a wheat, we can make as a bread, biscuit, chapati. Clear? So it needs as a transformation. So in primary sector, there are generally as the raw materials produced. Raw materials are produced which can't use directly for consumption. It can't use for consumption directly. Clear? It can't use directly for consumption. So it includes agriculture. Agriculture directly associated with the land and water resources, water, irrigation, and land, soils. Clear? So that's why it includes in the primary activities. Second one, fishing. Fishing based upon a water resource. Third one, mining, land resource. Mining activities, mining, forestry, land resource. The growth of plantations, growth of forest. These are the primary activities. All these are the primary activities which generally as the basic activities known as a basic activities which supports growth in other sectors of Indian economy. It produces the raw materials. In this sector, the goods are produced by exploiting economy's natural resources. Nature has a vital role to play in growing crops. In growing crops. In growing crops, same as the nature cooperates with man in producing wood or timber, in raising cattle or in catching fish. All the goods produced in this way are primary goods. Wheat, rice, vegetables, milk, iron, coal, etc. are the some of the goods which are generally as produced in a primary sector activities. Clear? Primary sector activities. Second are the secondary sector activities. 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 They are also known as these activities are also known as the manufacturing activities. Primary sector activities are known as the basic activities, but the secondary sector activities are known as the manufacturing activities. Manufacturing. MANUFACTURING. Manufacturing activities or manufacturing sector. Why? Because why we call it is as a manufacturing sector or manufacturing activities? Because in this sector, in a secondary sector, we transform raw material into the finished goods. We transform raw materials into the finished goods. That's why we are called, these are the manufacturing activities. Manufacturing activities. So these includes as the economic activities like manufacturing, construction, electricity. I'm repeating again, secondary sector activities are includes economic activities like manufacturing, construction, manufacturing of goods, construction, third, electricity, gas, water supply, etc. When primary goods are used to produce some other commodity is known as the secondary sector activities. When primary sector goods are used to produce other commodities, other goods are known as the secondary sector activities. Secondary sector activities. Secondary sector activities. Example, manufacturing of paper. Manufacturing of paper. Paper it is generally as manufactured with the help of a wood, and wood produced through the forestry. Forestry is the part of primary activities. So paper based upon a primary sector activities. When the primary sector produce the goods, such goods are used as a raw material. Such goods are used as a raw material in a secondary sector. In secondary sector. Clear? These are known as the secondary sector activities. Clear? Second are cotton textiles. Cotton, production of cotton clothes. Third one, iron and steel industries, which are based on mining activities. Iron and steel industries. Iron and steel industries. Iron and steel industries. Hydropower stations, where the water generally used for a generation of a hydroelectricity. Water generally used for a generation of a hydroelectricity. Hydropower stations. Thermal power stations. Thermal power stations. Clear? Thermal power stations. So all these are the secondary sector activities. Now here it proved that how the primary are interdependent. Secondary sector is interdependent on primary activities, because the raw material produced in a primary sector used in secondary for manufacturing of goods. For manufacturing of goods. Same as primary sector also interdependent on a secondary sector also. How? Because the machines Those machines which are manufactured in industries, such machines are used as the support of growth in agriculture. Tractors, threshers, combines, tillers. These are the products produced in secondary sector, but used in primary sector to increase the production, to support the production. Clear? Fertilizers produced in a secondary sector, these are used as a raw materials. Raw material in agriculture to increase the fertility of a soil, to increase the production. Clear? So both are interdependent. Without the existence of a one, the other can't produce the goods. If the primary sector not produce a raw material, how can we produce the goods in a secondary sector? Clear? We can't produce goods in secondary sector. Same as if secondary sector not exist, then the goods, those which are produced in our primary sector, how can we utilize? So both are interdependent. Both of these activities are interdependent. Till there any activity, tertiary sector activities. Third type is the tertiary sector activities. Tertiary sector activities. This sector is generally known as the service sector. Primary sector is known as a basic sector because it provides as a base to the growth in economy, to the raw materials. Secondary sector is a manufacturing sector which transform the raw material into the finished goods. Then the third, tertiary sector. Tertiary sector is a service sector. It provides the services. It neither produce the goods. Tertiary sector is not produce the goods, but it supports the growth in economy through the services. Through services. That is known as the service sector. Service sector of Indian economy. Services. The basic and infrastructure services are provided by the tertiary sector for growth in economy. So tertiary sector, primary and secondary activities needs adequate services for growth and production. For its increase in production or development, they needs the certain number of the services. Such services are provided by the tertiary sector. For example, to produce sugar, we need sugarcane. Sugar produced in industries, sugarcane produced to the primary activities, to the agriculture. Clear? After the production, when the production done and the harvesting of a sugarcane occurred, so the movement of a goods from agriculture fields towards the industries, we need the transportation, means of transportation. That is a service. In agricultural sector, farmers needs money because generally in an agriculture sector, their income generates after the harvesting of a crop, harvesting and selling of a crop. It means after the 4 to 5 months, then they can earn the money. But other needs of a farmers, it can be as complete to the banks. Banks are the services. Banking is the services. Banks lending the money, giving the money to the farmers to complete their needs related with the agriculture and their domestic family needs. Clear? This is as the service. Insurance is the service. Crop security. If any of a situation, crop failure occurred, then under such circumstances, the farmer, it can get as a proper compensation through the insurance. Through insurance is a service. Insurance, marketing, selling of the goods in markets is a service. Clear? Communication, storage, banking, insurance, marketing, transportation, health, education, all these are the services which helps to the growth in economy. Now, how the education is the service. So education, you are giving the education After completion of your education, you will be productive for the nation by producing the goods and services. By the production of a goods and services. So education is also a service. Education is also a service. Clear? Education is also a service. These tertiary activities, they include as the economic activities such as the trade, transport, communication, banking, insurance, real estate, business services, real estate, business services, public administration, foreign trade, etc. All these are the services which are led to the availability of goods in economy, availability of goods in markets. These are occur due to the such services, public administration, foreign trade, through the foreign trade, globalization, interlinking with the other economies. Now the goods in India, there are basically as a manufacturing goods are imported from the foreign. Manufactured goods imported from foreign and the primary goods are exported towards a foreign. Clear? This is as a balance of trade. When the balance has occurred in between of the exports and imports. Exports and imports. Primary sector activities like as agriculture goods are produced in a larger in number in our country, which are basically used for a earning of a foreign currency. Hard currency is a dollar. Foreign currency, which is acceptable in all the economies. Clear? So these are the based upon it. So tertiary sector, these are based upon a primary and a secondary. If the goods are not produced for the production of a goods, banks are required. Banks are required, and banks they are lending the money and earns the interest from the farmers. Clear? For the insurance, farmers they pay as a certain amount of money. So tertiary sector also interdependent on primary and secondary sectors. If the tertiary sector is not there, if the services are not available, then production is not possible in a primary and a secondary sectors. If the money not given to the farmers, how can it will be purchased as seeds, fertilizers, insecticides? So both are interdependent. Secondary and tertiary, primary and tertiary are the interdependent. For the growth of industry, to pay the salaries to the workers in an industry, they need some money. For this, they lending money from the banks. Big industrialists lending money from the banks. So secondary and tertiary are also the interdependent. Secondary and tertiary are both the interdependent because those vehicles which are produced by the manufacturing sector, by the secondary sector, these are used in a tertiary sector as the services, door-to-door services. For example, kabadi wala, it is basically not producing the goods, but it provides the service. Newspaper men, which has given the which supplied the newspapers to our doorstep, it's a service, not produce the goods. They are not produce the goods. For their service, newspaper published by the authority, by the other sector, but such newspapers given to your doorsteps to the newspapermen. So this is as the service. Clear? This is as the service. So till there, any doubts?